Hello, I'm making this video for anyone who's interested in machine learning, deep learning, or any form of AI, but doesn't really know how to physically get started. And I think one of the largest barriers, at least for me, was understanding how to get data, where to get data, and how to actually get it into a format that I can use and start applying various different machine learning algorithms to it. So that's what I struggled with. So I've actually started this website that you can check out on the right hand side here, and under the community tab, under resources, there is some data sets. Not many yet, but I'm updating this every single day. I'll also have videos up here, but that's irrelevant for now. So we're going to start with two different types of data. So fundamentally, what we want to achieve when we write our programs is we want to get our data into NumPy arrays, because NumPy really is the bread and butter of all machine learning, and I think everyone should just play around with NumPy all the time and really develop a real intuition about how to use it. It's the language for machine learning, and whenever we get data, we want to get it really into the form of NumPy arrays. So there are a couple of cases really, I guess, when you look for data online. In some cases, it will already be in the form of a NumPy array, and in other cases, it won't. So we're going to look at one example of each, and that might be over one video or over two videos. I haven't decided yet. But let's get started first with the Cypher 10 dataset, which is already in a NumPy array for us. So let's get started by navigating to this website, or just if you want, you can just go straight to Cypher 10, which is just www.cs.toronto.edu, and just type this in. And there's a brief description here of what Cypher 10 is, and it's telling us it's 60,000 images of 32 by 32. They're color images in 10 classes that we can see here, aeroplane all the way down to truck. And there's 6,000 images per class, so there's 6,000 aeroplanes, 6,000 trucks, and so on. And there's a total of 50,000 training images and 10,000 test images. So it gives us some further information. It's just saying that it randomly selects the images for each class. That's quite nice. I assume every time you download it, does it put it into different places? I'm not entirely sure, but that doesn't matter for now. So all we're going to do is come here to the version, and we're going to click on Cypher 10 Python version, which will automatically download it for us into our download section. So if we go here, and we'll go to downloads, which I'm being too blind to see. This hasn't downloaded yet, so we just need to wait for a moment. You know when it's downloaded because it will be done up here. So our images should now be downloaded, which they are, and all you want to do is put them where you want them and then extract them. And when you extract them, you'll get a folder called Cypher 10 Python, and then inside that folder will be another folder called Cypher 10 Batches Py, and then here we will actually have our data. So I've already got this. I'm going to delete this, but because I've already got it into this A directory, which is where I work if you've watched any of my previous videos. Inside here, I've got a folder called data, and inside here I've got a couple of different data sets now. One of them is the Cypher 10, so it's just that you know that exists. So we can get started now. We've downloaded the data, hopefully you have too, and we can now open a Python script. So if you're using Windows, then you probably just have the Python idle. I'm just using a text editor, it doesn't really matter. So if we go back to the website, it actually tells us what we need to do. It says if you're using Python version 3, which I am, then you want to unpack it using this function. So we're just going to copy that in. And pickle is a library which is part of the Python standard library, so you don't need to import anything. You just need this function. So then we're going to say our Cypher 10 dataset. That's going to be, which is just a variable where we're going to store this dictionary. So it's telling us it's going to provide us with a dictionary as well. And this is going to be equal to unpickle, which is the name of the function, Whoops, can't spell. And inside here we need to put our file path, and that's it. So we're going to come, it was in data, and then it was in cipher 10, I think Python. And then the next layer down was called cipher 10 batches pi, not batches, pi. And then that's it. So now we just choose a data set. So you saw there was a bunch of different ones. There was data batch 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then there was a test data batch. We're just going to start with data batch 1. Got data batch 1. Now I think that should work. So we're just going to print not cigar 10 but cipher 10. See what happens. Whoops. Scroll up, would have been faster to just type it. And there you go. So I must have made a mistake before. So now we've got this huge printout statement of all our data. And now I'm just going to quickly tell you what they're saying in the description down here. So now it's saying, look, you've got this dictionary, and first, so a dictionary is kind of the formatting of a dictionary is, this is separated by colon, so these two are kind of one thing, well, separated by comma, and then you're saying if you called batch label, then you would get training batch 1 or 5 or 2 or 5, depending what it is. And then we've got the labels which are equal to the following. So if we look at labels, we've got a list of 10,000 numbers in the range of 0 to 9, we can see that. And the number at the index I indicates the label of the ith image of the array. So what this is saying is each of these numbers, 0 to 9, represent one of these categories. 0 is aeroplane and truck is 9. So I've already looked at the data before, so we're going to say, look, this is up, so this is position 0, this is position 1, and this is position 2. So at position 2, we've got a truck. We know that, and also at position 1. But we're going to scroll down now, past our 10,000 numbers in the range 0 to 9. And this is where our images start. So this is where our PNGs are stored. And we're going to come to the very first one. So we've got file names here. So at position 0, we've got something called leptodactylus, pedadactylus, or something like that. I tried. And then we've got camion. We don't really know what that is. I don't. But here at the third position, we've something called a tipper truck. So we've kind of confirmed that we know what we're doing. At position 3, we've got truck down here, and at position 2 it technically is, but the third array element, we've got a 9 here too. So that's actually it. And just like that, we now could work with the cipher 10 dataset, and I'll probably do a video of that at some point in the near future. So that's one of the ways our data might already be stored for us. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video here, and I'm going to do data which isn't stored in the correct format in the next video. So I'll see you in a moment.